Hi everyone, Shola here, and in this really quick video I want to show you how we can very easily put into execution a wonderful idea that Evan from our mastermind Skype room had about saving Kindle swipe files. So really quickly, what is a swipe file and why should you be using one? Well, a really fantastic strategy for online success is basically starting with what works. And in this case, a swipe file is basically a collection of tested and proven ads or phrases or images, or in our case, book covers or book descriptions or book titles that you may come across that really work. So, for instance, very interestingly, Evan came across this book, which is a bestseller, a romance bestseller, in a very, for me, new category, which is Amish romance. So, a couple of things to recognize here. When I look at this, I immediately see a title that works, okay? A picture that is alluring. I see that he serializes the book. So by that I mean book 1, book 2, etc. Evan Pagan has a really good story about how he supposedly added another zero to his bottom line simply by serializing or franchising, if you will, his information products. So he would say Dating Advice, Volume 1, or How to Grow Your Business, Part 1, or in this case, Jacob's Daughter, Book 1. Because psychologically, when someone sees Book 1, then they're assuming that they're going to be more. And so if they bought Book 1, then and they liked it, chances are they'd like the other books. Okay? So just a really quick note on that. Also, something that I see here that I think is done really well is that just in terms of copywriting, this is adding some social proof because you instantly read this and say, wow, over 300,000 people download this book, it must be great. He also says new price, so that gives me incentive to not just buy, but buy now. And he also talks about book 2. So hey, if I like this, why not get that? And he's setting up other book sales. Book 4, book 5, book 6, book 7. This is really, really great. And you know, I've seen romance novels that have gone for 400 or 500 books. So he probably could have had a 400 or 500 pages. So if he wanted to, he or she, whoever wrote this, let's see, Samantha, okay, she, you know, maybe she could have had 3 of these, you know, one book that would have been basically an amalgamation of several of these books, but she broke them up, which is really, really smart. And books like Harlequin, I'm kind of a secret romance book junkie, so Harlequin romances and Silhouette and Daniel Steele, I really dig those books. So it's pretty interesting to me, some of the copywriting tricks and techniques that people are using here. That's just an aside. Okay, so really quickly, when you download Gimme Bar, what Gimme Bar does is basically enable you to save several types of content: images, videos, text, full pages, recipes, and status updates. Okay, so in this case, I decided that this is just an example. I would grab this whole page, and what happened, I just went through the motions. When you grab the page, what happens is that you basically are allowed to save the page with a title. I mean, yeah, with a searchable title and a short description, as you saw. And the beauty of that is that you'll be able to come back and eventually be saved, and you'll be able to search your collection. So in this case, let's just say, you know, I come back 6 months from now, and I remember reading a really great TechCrunch article, and I just can't quite remember what it was. I can go here and search my database, and you're able to use hashtags if you like, and I probably named this something else, so this is just on the fly, so bear with me. In this case, I have this called Paul Graham. He's a really famous startup blogger. Okay, so I'll just go here and type in, remember, and for the most part I would have remembered that it was a Paul Graham article and then when I go in and type program, then the article comes up. In this case, I elected just to save a really great quote that I saw. In this case, he was talking about business models, and he said, "What I tell founders is not to sweat the business models too much too fast. The most important task at first is to build something people want. If you don't do that, it won't matter how clever your business model is. Of course, you have to have a business model eventually, but experience so far suggests that figuring out how to make money from something popular is a lot easier than making something popular." So this is the guy who is behind probably the most famous incubator or early stage investment firms in Silicon Valley, if not the world. He's responsible for bringing to market Dropbox, Reddit, Airbnb, companies that now have a multi-billion-dollar valuation. So I often come across really gold nuggets of his, and I just save them. So in our case, let's say I came across another book, and I'm going to wrap this up in a second. And in this case, let's say I didn't want to save a particular page. I just wanted to save this title. Like, wow, this is a really good title. Okay, I'm gonna do like that, and you just hit gimme, and then what'll happen is that it'll pop up, and you can go public, okay, or private. Let's say if I wanted to call this Kindle book covers, all right, and I just said really interesting cover, note the eye catching colors, and then whatever, anything else. It's a really good idea here to make sure you put something that whatever stood out for you at that particular moment is very important to describe it in detail here, because I guarantee that when you come back, let's say 2 months from now, you will not remember maybe why this stood out. But once you have something to jog your memory, you'll be so thankful that you did that. And there are many ads out there that have stood the test of time, like 50, 75, even 100 years, and people are still, going back to those same ads and looking at them and getting inspiration. So that's pretty much it. I hope this is valuable. Use Gimme Bar, and eventually, once I do a little research, I think there might be a way for us to kind of like, share everybody's collection, whether or not it's just like putting it all in one place, or maybe finding a way to import what we save into like a membership area just for mastermind group members. But give me some time to investigate that. If anyone has any ideas and they want to be proactive about that, you can always PM me individually, and I'm happy to chat with you about how we can put that into action. But this idea was so good that I didn't want us to wait around for the perfect solution, just one that we could execute on quickly. I hope this helps you. Go ahead and start saving really great Kindle covers and anything else, and let's move forward. Take care. Bye-bye.